Became a lot easier for us because we are not keeping a constraint of you have to buy 500 grams only. You have
Okay.
to buy 1 kg only. Had a SIM card that we were not using. I converted that into a WhatsApp business. It was a street vendor. Intention was to put food on your plate and make you study. Had at the age of 30, she like my father left us when my mom was 30 and I was 15 then, and my brothers were 2 years younger to me, like 13 and
Okay.
like that. So my mom was not educated actually. She didn't study much. She was in seventh standard when she got married. Like that was around
Oh,
14.
kind of negativity around you, and how did you overcome it?
Before I even started on my private profile, there were so-called relatives who will tell that ask her not to post. They will crop her face into something else and put it on
Hmm.
adult websites. It is not like somehow my generation of girls are breaking that, like we are not meant to do only house chores. 2023 or 2024 I started with food blogging actually.
Oh,
So I'm a procrastinator, procrastinator. Why should I do then I got a chance to do it in TikTok. So I used to be this in-house Ramya to all Ramya's song.
oh, nice.
Life happened and I had to start working because I had to financially back up my mom and I had to help her financially. So I quit that.
Being a street vendor and doing garlands and taking care of three kids is really a great thing. What inspired you to start content creation?
Mm.
Was there a specific moment or person that pushed you to begin, or was it your own choice to become a content creator?
So the answer is going to be so monotonous because you might have heard every content creator say this. So from my school days, college days, I wanted to be in acting. Not an actor, but I wanted to be in acting. I loved the art of acting. So I used to be this in-house Ramya to all Ramya's song.
Oh, nice.
I love Ramya. I still love Ramya. There has been so many heroines that came after her, like after she quit the industry, like took a pause from the industry.
Hmm.
But nobody has impressed me like she has ever done. So I've watched all her movies in all the languages. Like you name Hindi, Tamil, Telugu. Even if I don't know Telugu, I know I watch her movies.
Yeah.
So yeah,
There's a great fan base for Ramya, by the way.
yeah, the way she came back to Instagram, I was so happy that I thought the part of my childhood was back with her. So yeah, so I was always a fan of Ramya. Every movie that she used to act, I used to be my in-house Ramya to all the songs, dancing to the same steps and everything.
Correct.
Again, after my plus two is when I got a chance to be part of a theater gang, which
Oh,
used to do Bidi Natka. It's called Bidi Natka,
huh.
like street drama
Place.
kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where there is a carnival or something is happening, they used to have a stage where they will have the same theater drama thing on the street.
Okay.
So I acted in 3 to 4 dramas with them as Sati. That was a part of Shiva's life where Sati comes and she jumps into an Agni Kund, right? In
Hmm.
Daksha's. So I acted for that part and loved doing it. But then life happened and I had to start working because I had to financially back up my mom and I had to help her financially. So I quit that because the after joining the job also I used to do it in weekend, but then
Hmm.
you know how jobs are very
Yeah.
very hectic, and also I
Hmm.
just started my career, and theater as usual wants lot of our time, efforts and patience. So
Absolutely.
yeah, so I could not continue, but then I got a chance to do it in TikTok. So then the India was very new to TikTok, and then I started
Correct.
doing sync over it, and then lockdown happened and TikTok was banned, and then Instagram started the reel. And even after Instagram started reel, I am a overthinker, so I'm a procrastinator, procrastinator. why should I do? Should I do it? What will happen if I do it? What if nobody follows me and everything? So it took me to like good 2 years after COVID to start. I think late in 2023 or 2024, I started with food blogging. Actually, I was
Okay.
I was not a entertainment creator then. So I
Okay.
started with food blogging. I used to go to. I love food. I love eating. I love to try different cuisines. So if I go to coastal side, I am a seafood lover. If I go to north, I am a paratha lover. So I want to explore all kind of foods.
Correct.
Food will be good for me. I didn't knew that I had it in me to be an entertainment creator. So like that we started, and then I started including my mom for comedy, lip syncs, and all. Then we thought, why don't we start our own thing? Because me as a mother, we like me and my mother have a lot of differences in ourselves. At the same time, all the mother and daughters go through the same thing, be it being like not working at home, not
Hmm.
taking responsibilities at home, the girl being the girl type of things. Somehow my generation of girls are breaking that, like we are not meant to do only house chores
How, yeah.
things, and our mothers had problem with that growing up. So talking to my friends made me understand that it is not me problem, my mom's problem, it is world's problem, world's mother daughter problem. So that's how I started making content on our own lives, relatable contents and everything, and people
Correct.
started loving.
Yeah, so it has become so common that all the the budding creators came out from TikTok era only, and
Yeah,
then as you told, the lockdown was a gift for content creation, where people sat down in home and started doing
yeah,
a lot of content creation, and they became the source of entertainment for all the audiences in those time. And great that you also mentioned that you have now started bringing your mother into your videos, so
yeah.
that was my following question. So your content beautifully captures the bond between you and your mother. So I keep seeing your videos with you and your mother. So was there a moment in life when you truly realized her strength and wanted that word to see it to you? Like because you told that she used to do lip syncing and she was there back end supporting you with the content creation and all, but when did you really realize that even she has strength and I can push my mom into these videos? See, it is an era where people will not be very comfortable with doing things with their family members or bringing their own mother or father into the video. So how did you feel it and how did your mother react to it?
So now I don't think so. In this time, as we speak, it is hard to get parents on internet, maybe through reels or something, because we see all the Gen Z creators who are there are doing content with their parents. May it be entertaining, may it be
Correct.
lifestyle or something, and parents are very open to be on camera. But when I started, there was not much of a mother daughter or son mom, parents
Hmm.
and kids kind of profiles were not there in Instagram. So
Exactly.
every other day I used to get in my DM that what, how did you convince, what did you do, what how much time did it take for you to convince your mother to be on a video? And actually it didn't, like it was not very hard for me, because my mom was always been that woman who was already progressive, and she was
Great.
very very open minded. She was born in 90s generation, but she was not like a very conservative person like that. So she
Hmm.
didn't think that we are only meant to be at home and we are not meant to try new things, and being online means that people will abuse, harass, or
Yeah.
take advantage of you. Even though when we started, before I even started on my private profile, there were so-called relatives who will tell that ask her not to post, they will crop her face into something else and put it on
Hmm.
adult websites. It is not like so all those people are now making reels with their kids on Instagram.
Yeah.
Used to tell. But then yeah, so in that also she didn't give like lot of thinking about what others are going to say. She just I maybe because I gave her that confidence that nothing is going to happen. This is only like the entertainment part that I'm doing out of my job, because being working and just being a corporate employee takes a lot of our mental stress and everything.
Correct.
So this was a space that I could be my own self. I could think about what I want to do. I'm not doing something somebody told me. I will put my ideas, my efforts, my content to the world to see. And when I get appreciated through that, that gives me confidence that I
Yeah.
knew I wanted.
Yeah, it's like a confidence booster within you.
Yeah. So it every day my audience make me feel that I had it in me. Only
Correct.
I didn't know. They are
Correct.
recognizing it through my content. So yeah, that's how it started. And my mom, initially in lip sync, she thought I'm just doing it for fun, and I also didn't have any idea. After that, we will continue. Once we got good response to that, we started doing individual content like talking content and relatable content with our original voices, not the songs. So until we reached, I think 3,000 followers on Instagram, my mom didn't know anything because she doesn't know how to read comments. She
Okay.
only see views. So you
Hmm.
just see the views, and but when you read the comments only, you know that people are connecting,
Yeah.
people are
Yeah.
relatable. So we live in a locality where most of the Bangaloreans are there, which is Malleshwaram.
Hmm.
So when we go to the temples and when we go to shop or something, that's when people started recognizing her. Oh,
Great.
you are those mom and daughters, right? We love your content. I never thought you were from this area and everything. And that my for my mom felt like unreal. Who are
Hmm.
the people who I don't know are coming and talking to me so
Yeah.
nice, as we are so awesome and everything. That's when the kick also started for my mom. Like now,
Yeah.
if we go out anywhere and if people don't recognize, she'll be like, "Why are nobody talking to us? How does somebody not know us here?"
Now you have become celebrity mother-daughter duo now, where people keep recognizing you in and around Bangalore or
Yeah.
wherever you go. That's
Oh,
great.
once you
Like,
will not believe, Chaitra. Once we went to Ooty. Me
ah,
and my cousins went to Ooty, not my mom. My mom was not there. In Ooty, there were people who were recognizing me and asking, "Where is your mother? Why didn't you bring your mother?"
oh,
So yeah, part of we will think that the community is only dedicated to Bangalore, and we might not see our
yes,
people anywhere else. But there are people. There was somebody in Ooty. Every place I go, I meet one or the other followers there. If they see
great.
my mom, they will ask about me. If they see me, they'll ask about my mom. So
Yeah, that's the bonding, or that's the a kind of an impact that you have created with bringing
yeah.
your mother into videos and doing that such a lovely content with your mother, so everybody can see and get motivated to do with their mothers or children. And as you rightly said, nowadays people bring their children, like there are mom creators who bring their children into the videos, and there are
Yeah.
kind of creators like you who bring your parents also into the videos. Now, as you said, this is Gen Z era where people are very open and very progressive,
Hmm.
and they are doing it. That's
Hmm.
really inspiring to know that you have been become a celebrity mother daughter duo now. And
We are just
also,
people.
there was a video on your feed where you expressed about some emotional journey that your mother has been went through. So, how was that? How did you overcome that situation? Because when you start being open and creating reels or contents over Instagram, and you also told that there were relatives who couldn't support you or thought of degrading you and everything. But how was the journey? How did you face these kind of negativity around you, and how did you overcome it?
So I think time and patience was all that we had, and nothing else. And the confidence that my mom had at the age of 30,
Hmm.
she like my father left us when my mom was 30 and I was 15 then, and my brothers were 2 years younger to me, like 13 and
Okay.
11, that. So my mom was not educated actually. She didn't study much. She was in seventh standard when she got married. Like that was around
Oh,
14, 15 years only.
yeah.
So she was not like she didn't have her studies. She was not working till then she right before 15 days, I don't know if it was intuitive or if she had an intuition that something bad is going to happen. Like 15, 20 days before only she started selling flowers in Malleshwaram. She
Hmm.
was a street vendor. Then after that 15 days later this happened and we were all alone. And we were in a two, I think, 1 BHK home. We couldn't pay rent, and then we shifted to a no BHK house. It was only hall and
Hmm.
nothing. So me, my brothers, my mom, and my grandfather was there. So that's when my mom started earning, and we went from studying in a good institute, like a school, to a corporation school.
Hmm.
Was not able to gather money for the admissions because it was all of a sudden we were in our summer vacations of school. I only had 1 year more to go 10th standard, and my
Okay.
brothers had a long way to go. So, but then we only studied for 1 year in corporation school. After that, my mom somehow gathered money and made them both my brothers join into a good schools later. After that, but one good thing about relatives is that they didn't show up then.
Hmm.
Easy for us to cut off now. Like we know that you were not there when we needed you. We didn't like it was not like you had to be there 24/7 with us, but
Correct.
there was no support. There was no at least a inquiry about how are you doing. You have never studied in your entire life. You don't have a graduation certificate. How are you going to take care of the kids? How are they going to study? What would the kids need to study? Nothing like that.
Hmm.
So I somehow have cut off all the family ties. I don't go to any relatives' house. I don't go to any family functions. I'm happy to attend all my friends. So for friends' house functions and everything, I attend their celebrations, but not nothing from my family. But then my mom, being my mom, the generation that she was born in, she feels very hard that she can't let go of the
Yeah.
family bonding. So but yeah, that's how my mom took that up as a her only. Now also I ask, like, my mom had an option. She was only 30. She could have made us join any of the ashrams and she could have led her life. But
Yeah.
now also I ask you, why did you and how did you? She only says that my only intention was to put food on your plate and make you study. I didn't know anything else.
Yeah.
So our only motive for almost 15 years was to just put food on our plate, and then we just give us a basic clothing, and then yeah, that's how we all studied. And then when we started working, we told our mom that it's okay now, you can step down, because she used to sit on that footpath
Yeah.
in the Malleshwaram. So she started having spinal cord problems and back pain and knee pain and all. So doctor suggested that you should stop. Now if you continue, we don't know, like we don't have any options for the treatment. Then we had to force her to stop. And then
Correct.
yeah, and then now she's at home being a house maker and everything. Feels good to see her be at home, but she's not happy. She wants to still work. She wants to go out, and she every day she crips out. She doesn't want to be at home. But then the health is important for her, so we are like, just stay at home, take time, have your rest. You've worked hard for all these years, so this is your time to just have a peace. Go for shopping, go out with your friends, do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, listening to this story, it says that how strong your mother was, and she'll be definitely an inspiring woman, whoever watches this podcast. a great applause to auntie who has, just thought of, feeding you people and giving good education, which is very, very, very important. And all of us know how difficult to lead a life without a man, and that too in a city, kind of city like Bangalore, a metro city. And being a street vendor and doing garlands and, taking care of three kids is really a great thing that she has done.
Thank
um, yeah, all the credits goes to auntie for whatever you being you today as a content creator. And probably through content creation you have, made her proud as well,
you. Yeah.
bringing both of you together in front of the, India, not just Karnataka, India, and making each one proud of yourself. That's really
Yeah.
great. So
And it feels unreal for her also sometimes that people love us so much. The
yeah,
way they take pictures with us and they appreciate us, like, we love your content and keep posting like this. It all feels very unreal for her also and for me also. And then I have not shared much about our personal lives on my Instagram, not even on my YouTube, because we don't want to make a series about our own life. Like,
correct.
people wants to know what we do now, what we live now, it is fine. So I don't want to dig deep into what we were before, what we did before. It's unnecessary information because we are
Correct.
not a kind of creators also, we are just entertainment
Yeah,
creators.
yeah,
And yet somewhere here and there, when I feel very proud of my mom, I want to keep it as a digital diary, so I will post about it on Instagram, like her first flight, the way she took her first flight, how she felt, and her traveling, and her new business, everything about that I will post. But it is very unnecessary. I feel that it is very unnecessary to
correct. And
dig past.
it might be kind of a distraction to your audience, the
Ah,
way you have chosen your niche now,
hmm.
for doing entertainment content on your Instagram, or be it at your YouTube. So as you told that today's diaries are your digital videos and the podcast that you are, recording the videos and putting it on social medias. That is a fantastic idea that you can do it.
It's just that we want people to see us as we are right now, not
Yeah,
look at it in a sympathy way, saying that, oh, she didn't grow up with a father,
correct, correct.
mom didn't have a father. It's like husband. It's fine. Like, we have all turned up okay. So we are good to see now.
Exactly. So when you started, did you imagine it would grow into what it is today? Like, you have a huge followers right now on your Instagram, and also was there a moment you felt like giving up sometime? Did content creation, felt like giving up someday? What keeps you creating every day?
So when I started Chaitra, I didn't have any intention. I have to do this for fame. I have to do this for followers. I started with my own passion towards acting.
Hmm.
That's why even when people reach out to us and talk to us, it feels unreal because we didn't expect it. We didn't anticipate. We didn't calculate that if we are going to post every day, we will have some followers, we will have audience, we will have fans who will come and talk to us, meet us, and everything. That fame has not kicked in for us, both of us. So we
Hmm.
are just doing what we can do and not expect anything from Instagram. So it's been more than 2 years now that I have started posting. If anybody would have been there in our place, would have gone all nuts about not gaining followers, not having views and everything. But we somehow don't care. Both me and my mom are like, we are entertaining people who are following us, like OG followers.
Hmm.
From the time I started creating, I know few names who will comment, and they are still commenting. That's all that matters to us. Those six people who will comment on all our reels are the people who we are there on Instagram for.
Correct.
Rest will keep coming and going. Like, if I am posting today a comedy video, they will follow. Tomorrow if I post something relatable, or voice something, something happening in the world, they will unfollow. So
Hmm.
only who wants to know our personalities, who wants to know us from closed eyes, they will follow us. Otherwise, it's just that we don't have any expectations that we have to reach this many followers in these many months. We don't have that. That's why we
Correct.
don't much do about much brand collabs also,
Hmm.
because we're keeping purely as entertainment. But if everybody as a creator has their dream projects, um, has their projects where you feel that doing this will make me feel good, so those
Correct.
kind of projects we will do. Otherwise, unnecessary promotions though we don't do it on our page at
Yeah.
all.
And probably following fame is something like, being very commercial and not being true to yourself is what I
Yeah.
think. So that's really, good thing that you are following of being very true, very raw and real, very loyal to your audience. Yes,
Hmm.
I agree that followers will come today and they go tomorrow because of whatever the thing might be, or they might be disinterested of what the content we are posting, or whatever it might be. And did you ever feel that any time that content creation is not for me, or anything that made you some negative comments on your feed or something like that, which made you I should give up and stop it? Or did you face any such thoughts anywhere in between this journey?
No, 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 no. So I never chase the numbers. I never chase the views. For me, comments matter more because there are people who will give real feedbacks.
Yeah.
I keep trying a lot of things on my Instagram. I keep thinking about a lot of content ideas. I will make videos about somebody's abuse. I will make videos about divorce. Yesterday I did one, and people are going crazy. Ki we wanted this
I
on our
saw it too. Yeah.
so thank you for making we I got personal DM saying that thank you so much for making this content, and please post part 2 very soon. So views and followers doesn't matter to me, but then you as a creator, you are making, like, you are giving that intrusive thought platform, because everything that comes to my mind are on my Instagram. So
Hmm.
let's say if that is not happening in my life, in any other friend's life, or if I feel this should be voiced out, like yesterday's reel, I
Hmm.
make a reel about it and I post it. If it gets a lot of views, it's fine. If it doesn't get, I will take that feedback from the comments, and I will get to know my audience more.
Correct.
If what are they liking, what are they not liking, will I, if I post this, will they be able to give that 1.5 minutes and watch this, or will I be just wasting their time? So I might never give up on Instagram. First thing, it is not my bread and butter. It's purely my passion.
Hmm.
I'm not posting for 1 month, I'll come back and post, because it is the art that I respect and I follow, and I
Hmm.
love doing what I'm doing. I'm very passionate towards it. The
Correct.
1 month break I will take is because for my brain to rewire with what I do and think about new concepts. But I've never thought of why are people not following me, why that cringe creator has more followers than me. I don't, like, I somehow back of the mind I have a feeling that everybody deserves what they deserve.
Exactly.
Everything will go unnoticed, but the hard work and the passion that you have will never go unnoticed. Today you might be working hard, you will get results for that one or the other day. It might not be tomorrow, it might not be today, but someday, even after 1 year, you will get it. Then it will make me feel that okay, all these years of what I did,
Yeah.
this is the reason I did it.
Probably patience matters a lot when you
Yeah.
are following a passion, because, and also, as you rightly said, that as women entrepreneurs, they rely more upon, you know the feedback that they get for their products or services. Likewise, comments are kind of a feedbacks for whatever the content that you are creating on your Instagram, right? So that is very important, and you will definitely feel what is going wrong and what is right, and what my audience are actually liking me in the content will definitely reflect through the comments that you get on each and every video, right?
Yeah.
And Also, behind the smiles and the fun videos that you both do as mother and daughter, what are some struggles or emotional moments you both have faced together and shaped who you are today?
So nothing emotional, because we are entertainment creators. So we try to put on a smile on the viewers, those are watching, like our followers. We keep the tensions or on us emotions, everything to our personal life.
Correct.
We have enough of that on the personal life. When we are making a like shooting a content, it will be purely entertaining. And to see my mom go from non-camera friendly, she can't stand in front of camera, she doesn't know how to act in front of camera, she doesn't know how to pronounce few words, she fumbles a lot. Even while speaking Kannada, we do like make videos on in Kannada only. So
Hmm.
when camera is on, she fumbles a lot, she can't pronounce a few words and everything. But then I keep make her repeat same word. I will not leave her until she gets that point right.
Correct.
So
Hmm.
that somehow is very entertaining for me, and
Hmm.
very very suffocating for my mom. But then
The
that
process itself is entertaining, is what you say.
entertaining, yeah. So every line she says, and sometimes she's gained a lot of confidence in front of camera now. She knows the scenarios, if she knows the situations what we are making content about, she'll form her own words and she'll start next line. She doesn't even wait for me to give her a dialogue. So that will be like, oh, how did you learn this, how are you making it? Then we are in our own world.
Correct.
The making of the content is very very beautiful process for me every
Hmm.
single day. And I laugh out loud when I'm editing it. Like every scene, I'll remember this happened behind the scenes, and I'll be like, I'll that just brings a smile on my face.
Correct. So you write all the scripts and
Yeah,
do it together, right? And the
yeah.
spontaneity that Auntie has learned now is because of the confidence that you have pumped in.
Yeah, that is true. And also our followers, every time they meet her, they will tell the way you scold her, the way you taunt, the way you give those comebacks to her. All those sarcasms are so beautiful.
And it
Now she
feels
knows.
so real and raw, I must say that. It is not like, see, there are people, there are creators who make it, like who,
Yeah,
it feels like a drama that they are not, real, or they are just faking it out. But when we see you and your mother on screen with the content creation, it feels so real and raw that, yeah, this is what every home, and this is what every mother and daughter, have the kind of a conversation,
yeah.
kind, right? Yeah, that is actually what might be the reason for your followers to, like in you as content creators together.
Especially my mom, that's the reason they love. They say that it's exactly like how my mom does it at home. How do you like capture it?
Hmm.
Because my mom doesn't know anything other than what she does at home. So every reaction she gives to us in a normal conversation is what she brings on the camera. She
Hmm.
won't do anything separately. But sometimes in getting angry, in giving out sarcasm comments in my reel, if there is anything that you have to answer to, let's say very toxic relatives or something like that, I know that she has it on her to bring out more sarcasm expression through her eyes and everything. My mom's eyes are very 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 expressive. It is scary. It was
Correct.
scary while growing up. Kids nowadays would never get it. Like our moms used to do this, and we were like,
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree. Even my mom's I speak a lot, even today.
yeah. Today's kids want so much of explanation to say no, but our no was just that's it.
Yeah, I totally understand.
Yeah.
And as a content creator, when you started your journey, what was some challenges that you faced, like with the camera? And nowadays, people are behind, quality video, and with speakers, well furnished setup, and the cameras and everything. They are very, very much concentrating on all these things. What is your say on that, Is it very necessary to have such setup, good quality camera, everything, or is it just, take out some of your mobile? It might be anything other than iPhone as well. Just
Yeah.
shoot yourself and put it on the social media. What is your
So
differentiator?
the internet world has changed so much now that even with a bad quality audio, bad quality video, somehow people are reaching heights, and that
Hmm.
has become like a new trend. Made be for sympathy, made to see what he can do more, or made to see there is some crazy guy who doesn't have a good camera, good voice, good audio, but still does reels,
Hmm.
still does YouTube. So people will follow. This has become trend. But before I started, I don't know, somehow in 2016, 17 only, I was just started working or something like that.
Hmm.
But I pulled my mom to Purvika store in Malleshwaram to get me an iPhone 7. I don't know
Okay.
what to do. I will pay the EMI, give me a down payment. I want to get an iPhone. I want to shoot TikTok. iPhone.
Okay.
Only I had iPhone with me. I was just procrastinating to start.
Hmm. Hmm.
If you ask for today, we don't need a good quality camera. There are so many people who are making through Android phones, and for nowadays there are good quality Android phones that are being released
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
Which are focused on gamings, which are focused on vlogging, good
Hmm.
good audio. So industries are also building themselves into making all the products that are very very convenient for the creators to use.
Yeah. Content
So
friendly mobiles have been there nowadays in the market.
yeah, until last year I was also shooting on my phone only. Only last year is when I got the camera with good mic and everything.
Great. Yeah. And I uh, after you, interviewed a lot of content creators as well. So I was asking them, like, who does your editing and all? Is it you who does the editing? Because some creators have their own team of doing one will be a video editor, one will be a video maker, and there will be separate teams. And there nowadays there are maintainers also for your Instagrams.
So they have a house which is a studio. They have editors there. They have thumbnail creators.
Yeah.
They have every setup over there. But I saw you interview Payana with Swati also. She's a good friend of mine.
Oh,
So
really nice.
I'm actually waiting for that interview when it's podcast when it is going to
Yeah, we
release.
are doing the edits of it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see. I saw her story and then I was like, oh, nice. Swati has also been interviewed. I didn't tell her anything that I also did an interview. But then,
Okay.
yeah, I was very, very happy to see. But then Swati handles more than two pages. She handles her
Yes.
mother's page. She handles her page, her YouTube, her mother's YouTube, her
Hmm.
pet's Instagram and everything. And
Hmm.
she does all alone. She
Yeah.
does all alone.
She's a
Most
superhuman being, to
she's
say. Yeah.
she's very very bold, very progressive thinking. Her
Yeah.
mother also, her mother is one of the most amazing women I've seen. She's
Exactly.
so supportive, she's so supportive. I think that without her mother's support, Swati would have not reached this height. Her mother
Exactly.
is so supportive.
Yeah.
She's very supportive. I've met her in so many platforms. She actually came up to me and she was like, "We are very huge fan of you, Bindu. I love your content. I love your mother." And every time we meet her, and she's like that amazing. She talks to us so nicely. So all the pages she handles. It is
Great.
just I also recently only my mom also started her cooking page. So for
Hmm.
her is my channel, my YouTube, everything, all editing is handled by me only.
Great, great actually, because it's very necessary. Like there are a lot of micro influencers or budding creators who would love to hear about all these things. They might be thinking that content creation itself is fancy first of all, and they would
Ah,
be in a that bubble or that cloud where you need a video editor, you need somebody who can manage all your Instagram handles or make the edits or put thumbnails and everything. But this is something which is kind of a busting that bubble of
Yeah.
fancy
And
thing.
also the people who have still not started content creation goes to these agencies to ask them to shoot for them,
Exactly.
edit for them and everything. So if you are only doing this, how will you know your audience pulses?
Hmm.
Like now, if I edit anything, I will know next time that this works. Like there is a intuition that this music will work, this concept will work, this timing will work. Without that intuition, how are you even a creator?
Yeah.
Like you should at least try to do it until you get a trustworthy member who think alike you, just
Hmm.
like who wants to put same music just like you, who wants to add same caption as like you. Otherwise it is just like robot doing everything. There won't be any personal connection from audience also. They will just see like and move on.
Yeah.
So there has to be somebody with lot of passion to respond to the comments and see what they are commenting, and have an eye to catch that what liked, what was disliked,
Hmm.
how the audience pulses work. Otherwise it is just, there are so many pages nowadays just do it for fame and
Yeah.
nothing. They just want numbers.
It's
Whether
better, start with your own things like
yeah,
mobile editing and everything. Nowadays, everything has become very easier, and you
very easy.
have AI upon all these things, which helps you a lot, like creating thumbnails or doing edits and
True.
everything. So, yes, probably it's kind of a bubble burster only to all the budding content creators who want to know about content creation and everything. That's really nice.
Yeah.
And what kind of response do you receive from your audience about this mother daughter content? I think you have mentioned, but is there any very heartfelt kind of response that you have got till date?
So the responses that I get, and I run out of words, I can't respond to them, I don't know what to tell them, is when they say that my mother used to be same, but I lost her recently. I lost her at this age, and if she was alive she would have just been like your mom and everything. I cannot process it. I cannot even acknowledge it. What will I say? I have a mother. I know what a wonderful feeling that is.
Yeah,
What will I tell to somebody who doesn't have?
yeah.
Nothing can make them feel okay with it. It is definitely not a space that I want to comment or I want to acknowledge or anything. I just see, I feel so heavy for some time, and then I don't know what to say, and then I go hug my mom. Ki, thank you, you are here. Thank you for that. I feel very, very bad for them. Like, I cannot even imagine a minute or a second without my mom.
Mm. And also, as you mentioned, that your mother has now started her own page, cooking page, and you both have started a business altogether very recently. And starting business is very uncertain. And what made you to start this business? And also, did you think that being an influencer or a content creator has really helped you get that boost in the business that you are doing right now?
So, first of all, the business, the idea, the production, everything goes to my mom. I'm not like involved. I am not involved in that business part because she takes care of everything. I'm just being a moral support here. I help her pack, I help her ship the courier, I help her take orders. Other than that, it is all my mom. Everything belongs to my mom. That's why the name also says Geeta's Maniruchi and
Hmm.
nothing else. It's her own band, her own thing. So I'm just being a moral support here.
Great.
So when my mom discussed this idea, see, she has she's been working from the age of 30. Now, after all this, and if she wants to stay at home, she is not able to do that.
Hmm.
She wants to do something in her life that will keep her busy. So when she shared these ideas with me, I also felt like she was also a girl
Hmm.
who had passion about things, who had a life she could have lived, but she could not because of the everything that happened in her life.
Yes,
I am here, I am there for her. If I can support, why not?
exactly.
And if not now, then when?
Hmm.
Even I have to be prepared for everything, then I should start. No, we start and then we learn on the way. Nobody is 100% prepared for everything in life. Let us start. We will learn on the way what to do, what not to do. So we started with very basic production. We had a SIM card that we were not using. I converted that into a WhatsApp business, and then that took a little time. Before we launched, it should have been ready, but it was not. So we did not push our launch. I thought I'll take orders from Instagram. So
Hmm.
like 2 days before we started the business launch, we went and shot a video for that reel, like an introduction ki what we are doing, how we are doing, we want your support, all these things. 2 days before went and shot, and then 2 days me I edited and I posted that's it. And then we went, after we got the first order and we finished the first batch of production, is when we went to a market, got the packing stuff in bulk, got the
Hmm.
materials in bulk. As before that, we were not prepared fully at all. It was
Correct.
just our intuition that we want to start. Let's start and see what happens.
Hmm. So, as your content creation or being a influencer pushed your business to market it or get validation from the
Yeah,
audience.
exactly. People like our followers literally love us so much that the initial support was from them. The support now also is from them. They watch out on our reels. They will come back to see if there's a stock or anything. So they have been a literal family, like the real family,
Hmm.
real relatives. I don't see anybody ordering till now.
Correct.
I don't see it. I don't see anybody ordering till now. But then there were followers on Instagram who put up on their stories, who reached out to us immediately that we
Hmm.
will buy, and they are still buying. We have a lot of repetitive customers that reach out to us. "Ye khatam," like how we say it at home. "Ye khatam ho gaya, thoda refill kar do." Same
Hmm.
happens. This
Correct.
and empty. Can you please send again? And then we send it. So yeah.
Great, great. So, was it difficult or was it easy to start your business? Because when starting a business itself takes a lot of time to set up things, and as you told, you wanted, and you thought of doing this jugaad of not using a sim into converting it to a business account or a business WhatsApp thing, and then taking orders from Instagram and all these things. Like, how was it difficult or was it easy for you to start this business?
It was not easy, of course, but it was not difficult also.
Hmm.
Like, we knew that we were not prepared. So we went as in when we have to improve anything, implicate anything. We just went with a blank mind that we will, if anything comes up, we will see. If anything has to be fulfilled, we will fulfill. So we went with that open mind. We were not constrained about this is how we will operate, this is how they have to operate, they have to budge to our rules. There is nothing like that. So however our audience wanted to get it delivered, however they wanted to get the product in these many grams, we went with it. So it became a lot easier for us, because we are not keeping a constraint of you have to buy 500 grams only, you have to
Okay.
buy 1 kg only.
Hmm.
Nothing. So we start from 100 grams. 100 grams, say whatever you want in quantity, we can send it to you. So you decide whatever quantity you need. And we
Great.
after first batch of delivering only, we got tied up with professional courier as our
Hmm.
courier thing. And then only we started giving to them. So whenever we pack, we just put a address and send it to professional courier. They will deliver it in 1 day if we are in Bangalore. And
Okay.
then I follow with them, take their feedback, see where we can improve as a brand. If the taste was okay, did they like it, and everything, I reach out to them. Because as a small business, as much as our orders matter, the quality also
Also
matters.
matters a lot. Yes, I
Quality
do
is the
agree.
first thing that we have to take care of, because these are the people who have supported us now, who will
Hmm.
support us further. So if we are not acknowledging to their quality, what are we doing as a small business? So
Exactly.
we as a brand, me and my mom take care a lot about quality. So that's why we make a small batch. We don't do in bulk and pack and just keep it. We the products that my mom makes also is chutney produce. So much as they are fresh, they are amazing, they taste very well. So we try to do it in small batch. Once it is finished only, we will go offline for 1 or 2 days, and then we will start the production again, and then come back. So we will not keep people hanging, because I will respond them, and I'll tell them that the new production is going on. It will take 1 or 2 days. I will reach out to you. So
Great.
I will note their numbers down, and I will reach out to them once the production is there. The kitchen is live, so now you can place the orders.
Great. So,
Yeah.
is it that you are delivering only in Bangalore region, or have you crossed other regions as well? Is orders coming from other regions as well?
All over Karnataka, we are shipping currently.
Hmm.
So we have got order from Ballari, we have got order from Mysore, Bijapuram. So
Okay.
yeah,
Great. And
inside
what
Bangalore.
and what is your long-term goal with Geeta's Maneruchi products?
There is no long term goal. Chaitra, to be honest, we don't have that plan that we should hit these numbers, we should hit this many audience, we should hit that many orders. We don't have that. We just want to have a great quality of product from our end, and we want to serve better to who are orderers who are ordering. So we don't want to get it a big mass production or something like that. We are happy where we are right now, and we will be happy down the line 5 years. If we are here, we are still happy. Like I
Great.
said, my mom's passion that I want to uphold, and I will do that with all dedication. The rest, whatever she wants to do, it's on her.
We wish you Geeta's Maneruchi being very big in the future, though
Thanks.
you don't have long-term goal. And also very kind of a technical question, because I being a entrepreneur and a startup person, I just want to know what, because see the product that you have been doing, it's very common, and a lot of people are there in this market of doing chutney pudis, but what is that one differentiator you see with Geeta's Maneruchi chutney pudis and others, and why people are loving it?
Huh. So my mom was a very bad cook.
this
You will hate me for saying
this
this.
is this is something, it's like a kahani mein twist.
Exactly. So she was very bad cook, because so many things was happening in her life, and everything. Making food and cooking was not her priority. She used to like the Maggie she used to make would have become stone by the time we reached for lunch.
Oh my
And
god.
when she made palau, all the masalas will stay down.
Down.
Okay. We can only see rice and vegetables on top. So as a kids, we didn't have any guts to say that this is
This
not
is
good.
not good.
We were told to shut up and eat whatever is on our
Is
plate.
served on the plate.
Yeah. So after that, when she started working, cooking kind of become a responsibility. Like, I have kids, I have to feed them, so let me cook something. She'll make some dal, she'll make some rice, and then leave for the day. Some sambar, kind of sambar. There was no concept of breakfast, lunch, dinner in our home. Early morning used to be a rice and sambar that we will eat for breakfast, that we will eat for lunch, that we will eat for dinner. If the
Okay.
sambar gets left over, we will repeat same thing tomorrow.
Hmm.
She was not very interested in cooking. But after she stopped being a street vendor, when she was at home, she grew interest in cooking. Part of the reason was also she was trying to make up to us that I didn't take care of my kids when they were young, when they were going to school. The part of the reason and main reason was us. I have to feed them now. I have to feed them now. It has become over now. Like she always wants to feed us now. But then that's how it started, and then she started learning through YouTube, and she started learning through cooking shows that she watches on TV and everything. Now she's one of the amazing cook. Today also she made some salad with broccoli and carrot and peas and everything. I just went crazy having that. My She told me in the morning, if you eat the salad, you will just jump out of 10th floor. I was like, amazing. Huh? I'll try. I tried it at lunch. I made my friend try, and they were all like crazy. Ki, how did she do? Ask her for recipe. I want recipe. I'll ask my cook to do same. So that's how she's improved herself. And in our somehow in our family or relative or far from our family, nobody knew what chutney pudi is. I like grew up eating it. I didn't even
Okay.
know chutney pudi exists until and unless one day in some restaurant I tried chutney pudi, idli pudi or something, dosa pudi or something. I don't like it on idli dosa, but I like it with
But Bangalore is completely crazy
depending
about idli pudis, dosa
on
pudis, putting so much of ghee onto it or
ghee.
butter onto it. People are crazy about these
And
idlis
using
and
the ghee is
dosas.
also a statement, right? It has to come from Nandini. It has to be open.
Huh.
Has to flow from here on top. So
Yeah.
there's no concept of chutney pudis when we grow up.
Hmm.
So that is when my mom thought this is so like unique. I should start trying it. That's when she tried, and she tried different kinds of chutney pudis. And then when her cooking channel started, she thought she will do 5 days, five different kind of chutney pudis, and that somehow clicked.
Hmm.
Pretty wanted to try. Then we kept a like whatever we made 5 days, five different kinds of chutney pudi. From that stock, we announced it on our Instagram saying that we want to send it to you. We will send it to you. You
Hmm.
just taste and tell us how you liked it.
Correct.
So before we started Geeta's Maniruchi, we sent it to those people. They
Great.
tried, they gave the feedback. Based
Hmm.
on that, we started our first production.
Oh, very nice.
So through that feedback only we got to know, okay, if we start as a brand, we can do our thing.
That's really nice that you validated your product in the market even before the launch had happened.
One
And
minute.
now coming back to content creation, okay?
Hmm.
So, how do you come up with these new content ideas? Because it's a era where people keep copying other ideas and try to replicate it, or they just do it for the sake of doing it, or how do you come up with the ideas? Is it like you replicate, or you modify some of the contents that you see, or is it your own original content that you posted?
Most of the communication and concepts between me and my mom are mostly it is personal experience and
Hmm.
the things I went through are going through at home. But other than that, I have very small friend circle. So I talk to them and they share few experiences. They share about their moms, their
Hmm.
families, and everything. So I'll try to build a whole concept around it, like what I can add as a content creator. And also somehow while we were growing up, no, the content on TV and movies were all about content,
Correct.
not maybe glamorous.
Yeah.
So we have seen that growing up. So that
Hmm.
comes to help a lot that I can build my own stories around it. And I'm a big observer of a person. So
Hmm.
I see how they speak. I see what they point out, and I see what toxic traits that they are discussing and
Hmm.
everything. So if I feel that this is something I can voice it out, I will just build few more concepts and this and that around it, and I will execute.
Yeah. And how has content creation changed your life personally and professionally?
Uh, I was not this talkative. I was not this confident. I was nothing I am today before content creation. Like I said, I never had that confidence in me to speak around like 4 to 5 people or something like that. It
Hmm.
is content creation that has given me all that. Courage and confidence. And there are people who are right in front of you who don't acknowledge, who don't talk about you, who don't tell you that you are awesome. But
Yeah.
there are people who you don't know, and
Hmm.
they come up to your comment section and say, wow, you're so awesome, you did this.
Yes.
And that is like, we sometimes don't appreciate ourselves. We somehow are never taught in our entire childhood that you should like appreciate yourself, you should say thank you to yourself, you are just so awesome, you should realize it. No, we always depend on somebody else to say this to us.
Correct.
There is somebody personal, like if I have a best friend, if I have a parents, my brothers, my sisters, we depend on them to tell us how awesome we are.
Yeah.
There are so many unknown people who were coming up to my comment section and say that your brain is so better that you thought about all this. That's how you get that courage, no? Like, okay, you're doing something and people are loving it. What is this? I never felt this before. So that has really changed me as a person, and it has also changed me into being more responsible, because we think that when we put out a content, nobody will watch, nobody will like, but there are people who are watching. There
Yeah.
are people who will be affected, who will be like, maybe she's speaking to me, maybe she's speaking about me, or something like that. They will consider it, they will point it out. So I become a lot responsible
Hmm.
content creator, that what I should speak, what I should not speak, and how people will observe. People observe everything, Chaita.
Exactly.
We don't. I had a friend last week also who told me that I am wearing this smart ring recently,
Hmm.
not wearing before. It was only been 2 days, and then I put out a Q&A asking that it's been long, let's catch up, something like that. The third question I got is, how is that smart ring helping you? How are you feeling wearing that? And everything, like, how are people so like uh, on point, noticing everything that we are.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you feel that people are definitely watching you very thoroughly,
Very
which may be a bad thing also, which may be a good thing also. You don't know. Sometimes it may turn.
sometimes they see us on videos and they assume that these are the people, and in real life, if we turn out to be something else, they'll be like, these are not the people
Yeah,
I
correct,
expected."
correct. And they are very, very observant. Like
Right.
if somebody likes your content, they will watch it very thoroughly. Ki what you are wearing, how you are speaking, and how you are communicating, and everything will be noticed by your audience.
True. I, as a person, I will not care too much about clothing. I will not care too much about accessory, everything. But if I wear something new, let's say I wear a new necklace, I wear a new ring, bangle, dress, and everything, everybody starts asking me for link, which I I don't have.
That's
First
the
of all,
power of influencing.
yeah. So that's how the fashion industry is booming like anything.
Exactly.
And I'm not a very big on online shopping. I don't do online shopping at all. It is for me to go to shop and then like something, like the material, and then buying. Even with the jewelry. So when everybody asks for link, I really don't have any links.
Like people already have a kind of a trust with you because
Hmm.
of your content creation, the way you speak and everything. So people rely more on what you are wearing, how you have been dressed up, what jewelry are you wearing and everything, because you have they have that trust on you. They also trust the brand that you are wearing upon. So
Yeah.
that is how people are getting influenced by content creators, and content creators have become influencers in the same way
Yeah.
now.
Who would have thought, like 2028, 29, 2020, 2018 and 19,
Hmm.
where smartphone was just to watch YouTube videos and
Yeah.
just songs on our FMs. Who would have thought like we will spend 18, 19 hours of screen time on our phones just scrolling through reels and
Nobody thought that the age or the era would change like this in moments or in
yeah,
seconds. And now we have AI era, which is even more trending, even more
you don't even
disrupting.
need a real human to make content now. AI can
Exactly.
do better
There
job.
are people who are portraying their AI image and creating n number of reels with huge followers, huge views on their Instagram account.
And also animated health tips and communications and all these things,
Exactly.
vegetables talking, a granny talking about health tips and everything, so that
Yeah.
you don't even need to reveal their face about what they are doing.
Yeah.
You have to get
Now,
to
now
the AI.
because of AI and all this animation, people can, even people who are not comfortable in front of camera can be influencers or can be content creators that's the era right now. And
Yeah.
the other very curious question all the budding content creators or who would want to be a content creator want to know is monetization. How does monetization happen on your Instagram account? Everybody are waiting for that, like when will I get that play buttons and all these things, and well, when will I be acknowledged by Instagram or Facebook or YouTube? So do you remember when was the time you got monetized through Instagram, and which was that reel which went viral like boom, that everybody started noticing Bindu and her mother?
Hmm. So I would firstly say, if you are expecting to earn money, and you see people like influencers having a glamorous life, and them getting everything for free, and then seeing them earn a lot of money, which makes you think that you can also do the same.
No.
It's not a real world. It's not a real world. I would say there are creators who make this content world as their bread and butter,
Hmm.
but I don't belong to that
That
category.
category.
Yeah, like for me, if I get a promotion this month, it is good. If I don't get it, it is fine. My world will just operate in the same way. And YouTube is very tricky. Like, you be consistent, you post everything, you have audience, but still the followers will not increase, the subscribers will not increase. At the same time, if you don't post anything, you come up, show up weekly once or something like that, somehow you will gain followers and you will get that play button. So you will never know what works or what doesn't work for
Work.
an individual. All we can do from our end is to show up and post.
Exactly.
Rest can be the, like, if you do your work,
Yeah.
let the result decide what it wants to
And
give.
I keep listening that algorithm keeps changing on
Yeah.
Instagram or YouTube or whatever social media platform for that matter. It keeps changing and it is not constant. And as you said, it is not, today if I follow Bindu's kind of niche and content creation or the time when she is posting and everything, even if I replicate the same thing, I may not be so famous as you are today, right?
True.
So it might be different for you, it might be different for others, it might be a total game changer kind of a thing. Even doing nothing can gain so much of followers on your Instagram sometimes.
And also, Instagram royally treats us like a guinea pig, Chaitra. I've
Hmm.
observed it so many times. I knew it, but I can't prove it kind of a situation. This is. See, they introduce photos, then they come to reels, then they come to stories, then there is a broadcast message, then there is a instance now,
Correct.
then there is partnership messages.
Yeah.
Like, they're not even using anything to
And you
um,
can do edits on edits kind of a
edit
thing.
also.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also recently I observed this. I was using a lot of Instagram, so I thought I'll go offline for some time. So
Hmm.
all I used to do is open Instagram, post reel, and vanish.
Okay.
You will not believe it didn't give me reach.
Oh.
Just because I'm not scrolling, it's not giving me reach.
Oh, is that real?
Yeah,
This is something that nobody knows about.
yeah, if you are scrolling, only then I'll make your reel reach to somebody who's scrolling. Otherwise, what is my benefit kind of an attitude Instagram has? I don't know how it comes up with this kind of solutions to work around people to get just hooked in the reels or something like that. If you don't watch, it will not push your content.
Oh, great. So Instagram is also kind of playing with all of us.
Playing with us for sure. And then when I had 3,000 followers, there was a like a marketing page which announced that Rajbi Shetty is one of the movies is going to release.
Hmm.
So I acted on my intrusive thought. I thought I'll just message and see if
Hmm.
I can. Who knows? What if they call me?
Correct.
I messaged to RJ. His name is RJ Rajas. Round Rajas. You might have heard him.
Okay, yeah.
His Rajas. He's in the FM. He introduces himself as Round Rajas.
Okay, okay.
So he was hosting this for Rajbi Shetty. Rajbi Shetty for one of the movies which recently got. I forgot the name of the movie. But
Hmm.
then, I reached out to him. He said, "Yeah, please come." That was my first Star Trek like starstruck moment. I'm seeing Rajvi Shetty from so close, and he's, oh my god, he's the energy he carries, the way he
Yeah.
talks to people. He will just make you comfortable, like you are his old friend you are meeting after 10 years. Come, let's take photos. Oh, that and everything. He speaks very nicely. That's the first reel I posted. There was no monetary things involved, of course, because it was happening in one of the cafe, and we were supposed to shoot Rajbi Shetty with the cafe, with the food and everything.
Okay.
So there was nothing like monetary payment that they did.
Hmm.
After that, there was an event. There is an event page called Celebs and Events, something like that, Instagram page. So I still follow them. They
Okay.
reached out to me asking that, can you promote our page? I had around 5,000 followers then, and that is my first payment that I got from Instagram. That was around 3,000 or 3,500.
Okay, great.
Even though I had less followers, my reach was good.
Good.
Yeah. So I continuously was posting about me and my mom, how my mom is forcing me into getting married, how my mom does all the resolutions to get me married, how she prays to God. All these things I was continuously posting. That's how the views started getting like 1 million, 2 million, 3 million.
Great.
That's so I didn't know the journey from 5,000 to 10,000, how fast it went.
It went.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Because even I have faced this, because even we are a growing community now and keep posting things, and there are few people when we ask for interview or featuring their story, they are kind, you have very less followers. How do I trust you? Or that's the kind of backlashes I get it sometimes when we reach on Instagram, or
It's very
when
sad though, that people
yeah,
don't even think about somebody is reaching out to us. And
exactly.
people without any selfish reasons have stopped responding to other individuals and stop helping them. It shouldn't be like, let me see what I can benefit from this.
Hmm.
Otherwise, what should I do?
Yeah,
But rather it should be a gratefulness that you have because this platform is reaching out to you.
exactly.
Only when you do with
And they
an
question a lot about the platform's genuinity, like how genuine are you? Because featuring is kind of a thing that uh, people are doing, and but they don't know, one, they don't know the value of getting featured on any platforms. And the other thing nowadays is very commonly the Instagram followers that you go and see. Whenever I ask, or whenever my team reaches to anybody for the feature and everything, they just ask one thing: send me your Instagram profile. And they see and they just vanish off. I was like,
it's
see,
actually sad.
this is a sad kind of a situation what we follow as a just a starters kind of thing. And probably people like you who trust and give an opportunity for the growers as well will definitely know what the pain we have been crossing, and understand how the journey has been.
Like everybody has to start from somewhere. Everybody
Correct.
starts from zero. Like not
Exactly.
all of us will come with 10,000 followers. We have built every step we have claimed. This is the reason we should never forget where we come from. Like let's
Exactly.
say somebody gives you an interview and that reaches in million. Now you have also 10,000 followers, right? What if the creator has 5,000? Then what is
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
future?
But what I feel is like each and every follower is kind of a gold coin right now for us.
True.
Getting one follower also feels so, so happy for me. And when I reached 100 followers, I was like, I was celebrating, and my husband was laughing at me like, for
Only
100
100.
followers, why are you even celebrating?
You know, if I asked 100 people to stand in front of me, how much the crowd would be?
Exactly. I was like, even getting 100 followers was so difficult for me. Uh, Leaving difficulty at one side, but there are 100 people who are trusting me
Actually,
and,
yeah.
following my content, and they are happy for me. Even if you have million, people, and some might be faking it out. Like there are, nowadays you can also buy your followers, buy
Yeah.
comments, buy likes and everything. In that kind of an
You can
era.
also pay a page. If
in
I build a page of 50,000, you can buy it from me and you can continue.
Exactly. Yeah, leaving all this apart, because this is kind of a,
Downside
very,
of content creation.
yeah, very kind of a reality that everybody will go through it as, creators or whoever building the brand and everything. And as you rightly told, nobody knows when will it peak, or nobody knows when it will, reach out and boom like anything and get followers and whatever it might be. And as a last thing, what advice would you give to aspiring creators?
I would say you be you.
Hmm.
You might think that, oh, I have this trait which I don't like, people will not like, but who knows, like other people will have say the same trait.
Hmm.
Like any physical appearance, any mindset that you have, 100 other would have the same thing. You relate to that people, so
Hmm.
they will follow you, the rest of the world will follow along.
Correct.
And also, if you are planning to start, like I speak to a lot of my friends also
Hmm.
who wants to start creating, but then their thing is they procrastinate so much, they think
Yeah.
about so many things. I am also an overthinker. Me saying this is a big thing, but just start
Correct.
and then see how it will work out for you. You can always improvise, there is always a place to improvise. That's how our elders have always taught us, that there is no age limit to learning. You
Hmm.
can till you are on a deathbed. There are
Yeah.
so many things to learn in life, so why not this? Like
Hmm.
all of us were very very good in curriculum.
Hmm.
Rest of the things, working in a corporate, managing finances, handling people, handling public transport, handling everything was self-taught. Nobody will teach us. Everybody
Exactly.
has their own experience. Me traveling in a BMTC every single day, I will face some difficulties, you will face some difficulties.
Hmm.
Can't be clubbed together. So get in that pond and see what it will offer you, and how you can improvise with it, and how you can build a community for yourself to lean on. I will tell you, Chaitra, from the experience that I had, the real people in your life will not support you as much as the strangers on the internet will do.
Yeah, I
If
do
I need
believe this.
1,000 today, there are hundreds of people for sure will send me a congratulations messages on WhatsApp, sorry, Instagram, but none of my relatives from my in WhatsApp.
Exactly.
I know that for sure.
I do believe in this.
Happy that I'm already on Instagram, so they will be least bothered about it. But there are few like followers who will reach out to me asking me, when will you hit that numbers, when will you hit this numbers. Like I'm not caring, so you should also not be. Even if I hit, I'm not going to celebrate it like I won in life. It is part and parcel of life.
Oh, yeah.
Until I am there, the journey will continue. How many followers I will get, it doesn't matter. I am there, you are there, we are here on the Instagram, that's all it matters.
Yeah, and this was, told so beautifully. And to all the viewers, here is a pro procrastinator who have started her content creation
Hmm.
and is very confident today. And also with your mom not being so great cook, turning a starting her own food business today is a
Yeah,
great set of examples in front of you. The procrastinator and not a good cook. You know,
true.
if you people can do it, anybody can do, is what the message I would give it through this podcast.
True.
Yeah, these you are great examples that you have set in front of the viewers.
Last year or somewhere, I was just thinking so much about I should have started early. I should have started in 2017. I should have started in 2018.
Hmm,
But sometimes, there is a time for you that
exactly.
only when life pushes you to the edge is where there is a window that will open for you.
Yeah.
That leap of faith or window for me was to just start posting, not to think about what people will think, what people will say, what nothing. The people, then I was very naive to just attend any family functions. The people who said, "Oh, you started, you are on Instagram, ha ha ha," are now like, "Oh, how did you do it? How did you
Correct.
get
Correct.
followers?"
Correct.
So yeah, that faith, I had it before, like,
Yeah. You'll
but
definitely experience a lot of negativities in the early days of what you
hmm,
have started, but then you will definitely get that ripened fruit in front of you once you are there, achieved everything. Right. Yeah. So that was great conversation with you this
yeah,
evening.
good, like best 1.5 hours spent.
Yeah, great conversation. Thank you so much for supporting us and being there on our platform for Desi Udyoginis.
I
And
really, you doing Desi Udyoginis will help lot of women, are already helping lot of women. You are doing a great job, Chaitra.
thank
So
you so much.
appreciation to you. So it takes lot of patience, courage, and guts to do what you're doing. But you just doing for yourself and then recognizing creators like us to speak for you and with you and be on a podcast with you is really appreciated.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for reaching out to me and
Yeah, I was in a bubble again, should I reach these creators or not? Will they be, very soft to me or not? Because uh, everybody will be in that, scenario where they feel that, oh, ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ accept ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ ಇಲ್ವೋ and then but as I told you, after you and before you, I had also interviewed a lot of content creators, but everyone, I must say, are so down to earth, and everywhere like instantly they accepted and they were very happy to be along this journey of Desi Udyoginis podcast and telling their stories, explaining things. Like you mentioned, Swati was the one person we had such a long conversation. It was great conversation that we had together, and a few regional creators as well that I have been in, interviewing. Everybody are so down to
when will
earth.
you start posting, Chaitra? I'm just waiting when you start posting about everybody's interview.
Yeah, even I and my team are also very eagerly waiting to post all your stories and everything. But we are taking a little time so that we want to do it in a very nice way so that it will reach a good audience and people will learn about content creation as well. I feel that not just entrepreneurial things or selling products or selling services, even content creation has now become a profession or kind of an entrepreneurship to one for themselves. There are categories that kind of people like you who do out of passion, but there are people who are thinking like a bread and butter for them and doing it, and there are people doing it with purpose. So I want to get all of them to one place and tell India that these are the women who are really impacting to
Right.
the audience.
Also, I would say you are there, you reach out to people, and people might be hard on you, asking questions and everything. I would say please reach out to everybody. Only then you will know who will help, who will like support you, and who will
Yeah.
support you.
Yes.
So you might think by the image and page that these people are very like very
Yeah.
hard to
I was
payment.
just doubting myself whether they will accept or not was my greatest question that I had. But to be very frank, when I just wrote a message on their Instagram saying that this is what I'm doing and would like to feature you, trust me, all the creators were very sweet to me, including you, to say that instantly they accepted my proposal and said that, chalo, let's do it. And
Yeah.
that's the, kind of a motivation that,
Sometimes that's the spirit that you also need, right? So
yeah.
when you are self-doubting, these are the kind of words that you exactly want to hear, and you heard it.
Yeah, that kept on motivating me to interview more creators and more influencers. And today I feel that I also connect with micro influencers, and then I help them get connected with you all, get audience and everything. So yeah, long way to go. Let's
Very long
see.
time.
And
I wish you
thank
all
you.
the best.
Thank you so much. Wish you all the best to your Geeta's Maniruchi as well, and the big applause to Auntie for whatever she's been and she's doing right now, and the great support system that everybody wants is their family, their parents, and people around them. So without that support system, nobody can do anything. So,
True.
with that saying, thank you so much, Bindu, once again for being there.
Thank you so much, Saika, for having me.